Hey everybody, welcome back to Final Fantasy VI! Last time, we came back here to Mobley's, and finally recruited Terra back into the party, now obtaining one of our elites. So with that done, we are pretty much good to leave Mobley's, well, be it at a snail's pace, but we're leaving nonetheless. And for once, we can finally put this miserable town, well, to sleep. Mobley's has had it hard. Mobley's has had it really hard. As in, the hardest. This is the only town in the entire world of Ruin that looks entirely different from its World of Balance counterpart. Back in the World of Balance, this place was thriving. And it was nice and beautiful. It was lively. There was all sorts of buildings here. But now there's nothing left. All that's left here are Dwayne, Katerin, and the little children. So yeah, that's all of Mobley's. It's mostly gone. Yeah, see, this house right here, the water was this house was accessible in the World of Balance. It's not anymore, because the water is just completely flooded the area. This town really has had it bad. But anyway, we're done with that. And we run into an encounter, go figure. But anyway, yeah, Terra's back in the party. Permanently, and if this is any indication, her level's certainly proven. We did train up Terra for for the floating continent. Her clearly superior level 32 still stands, even though after all the BS that we have gone through up to this point, Terra is indeed catching up to the rest of the party. Or rather, Terra. Everyone else is actually catching up to Terra, which is actually really good compared to all the other stuff that we've been doing. Actually, instead of going into the Maranda, which is exactly what this is, let's head down south. We are returning to the Solitary Island. Now, why would I want to return here? This place is entirely desolate. There's nothing here. Except for this one, Magicite. Palador. Palador is an interesting Esper. Haste 2 for a unique spell, as well as Slow 2. These two spells you're going to be using for the rest of the game. Haste is already a really strong ability, even at this point in the game, but speeds up the entire party? Really? Who wouldn't want that? Slow is also really good because it's multi-target compared to its first iteration. It's really good. You can just outright cripple your opponents entirely. It's that good. And because it's multi-target, yeah, you're gonna have more than enough turns going forward, as well, especially so if you have haste as well. So Palador is indeed a good Esper to have. Anyway, I'm not sure if we went over this one yet, but Fenrir. Warp times 10 rate. Stop times 3. And X-Zone. X-Zone. The very spell that we used against Intangiers back in the World of Balance that just straight up insta-killed them. This spell is yours at a times 5 rate with Fenrir. In addition, you gain MP plus 30% with Fenrir, and with Palador, there's no level up bonus. Now, here in Maranda, we have some business to attend to. Also, I believe it would also be best if we stopped moving at a snail's pace, because, yeah, that's not really fun. So Where the hell are my sprint shoes? Oh, God. Be right back. I guess what we can actually do in the meantime is actually look what the inside of the Falcon looks like, because it does look entirely different. Anyway, both the Figaro brothers are here. But yeah, as far as the design goes, we've lost the poker table. If that really constitutes as a downgrade. If something happens to me... Okay. We haven't had Terra in the party for quite a while, so I kind of do want you for this. Also, it would definitely be wise if I went and de-equipped everyone's Magicite. Just saying. Oh, one thing you definitely should know is that if you are going to recruit Setzer for the party, he is not going to be down here where the Figaro brothers are. Instead, Setzer's just going to be in this room up here. Anyway, here's what Terra is looking like as far as Espers. Sabin has Palador. Edgar decided to give Shote only for the sole purpose of getting an HP plus 10% buff. And Setzer still has Golem. We've been using Celeste for quite a while, which is why I've kind of swapped her out with Terra. In addition to that, Terra is just factually better than Celeste in the long run. At least that's in my opinion. There might be some Celeste fan people out there. Don't want to be gender specific. But yeah, I personally think that Terra is better than Celeste because, for one thing, Terra has the better unique ability. Terra overall, when morphed, double magic, double defenses. Are you kidding me? That is just straight up good. And after the ordeal that was the floating continent, Terra being a grand spanking level 32 compared to everyone else's level 27 or 28, Terra is one of the elites, quite frankly. Terra is immensely strong compared to the rest of the party, although they have actually caught up to Terra pretty well up to this point. We've definitely done well to close the gap. How well? That'll be a test of time. Anyway, as far as equipment, I definitely don't want this. I guess I'll be back for the equipment and relics, I guess. Okay, as far as the other party members is concerned, nothing's really changed about them, but Terra. Genji Glove for the relic, Atma Weapon, Man-Eater, Genji Helmet, and Crystal Mail. Also, as far as relics, I also gave Terra the White Cape for added defense and batting power. 413 batting power is the highest that we have seen up to this point. Terra hits physically hard now. So, with that, I think we're about ready to actually go to Maranda, which is literally right here. So, there's literally no reason to even fly in the first place. We are here now. So, let's actually explore Maranda proper. Okay. Knight came through here recently. He was amazing, but his heart was full of chaos. When he can cope with his pain, he'll be the mightiest warrior alive. I used to be a thief, but one day I uncovered a secret so awesome, I had to run and hide. Your own past can be your worst enemy. Friends, family, gotta let them all go. You know what that guy in Zozo who says, "This place is dangerous"? He's the only guy in that town who tells the truth. Maybe he can help you. I used to be a thief. I climbed the tower of Kefka's followers in spite of the danger. But I got hurt and had to turn back after the first treasure room. Huh. Seems like that might be a challenge. Recently, Lola has been receiving a lot of letters. Must be that guy in Mobley's. Well, that's certainly off the charts because Mobley's is kind of, well, off the map. Look, my boyfriend in Mobley sent me all these flowers. They're all handmade of silk and these are letters he has written to me. But wasn't Mowgli's demolished by Kefka? Somebody else must have written these. Let's read the letter. My beloved Lola, we're still busy trying to rebuild this town. If all goes well, I'll be able to come home to you soon. This handwriting, it looks a lot like Cyan's. But where is he mailing them from? Could you please attach this and reply to a carrier pigeon? Let's do it. Thank you. And with that, the letter will be off. It seems that's our clue. So, I guess with that in tow, I think we've talked to nearly every... No, we haven't talked to you. I learned a lot about our new world from the thieves and the travelers that have come through here. What shall I talk about? This person gives off hints to these particular 3 areas. So, it's been a while since we've visited any of these. So, let's hear it. Narsh. Yeah, she'll just straight up give you the locations. So, we now know where Narsh is. What about the Velt? And finally, Doma Castle. All these 3 seem to be in the northeast, which is the one area we actually haven't explored yet. Anyway, Maranda has an armor shop. We can actually go ahead and see what we can buy there. The crystal equipment, which is not really that spectacular. We have dark gear, the Tau robe, which is really good for 2 party members that we don't have in the party. And finally, the crystal mail, which is really good. Hell, Terra has one equipped. Not really gonna buy anything here. Besides, I think we're already set for a little while. We can check the weapon shop, see what we can do. Up north, the gravity rod, the sword breaker. Now that's a cool sounding name. The falchion. Apparently, this is Fire Emblem. And now, we too can use the. Now we can use the edges and the skeins that those ninjas from the floating continent had. One problem: they're shadow exclusive items, and we don't have shadow. Oops. Yeah, no. And finally, this town doesn't even have an item shop. Very strange that it doesn't have one of these, but okay. I guess with all of that, I guess we are good to move on. Because Maranda doesn't really seem to have much in the grand scheme of things. We pretty much already explored that entire continent. Because all that's over there is Kefka's Tower, Sen, and Albrook. So, where else to go but northwest? Let's see what lies over here. I don't think we've actually explored this town. Jidoor. Okay. Jidoor has something interesting going on. First of all, we definitely know that something is up based on the music. So, this is Jidoor, the westernmost town on the world map. The world's so different now. Okay, yeah, something definitely is going on here, because this town used to be so lively and full of rich people. What's going on? Lately, I've seen a lot of carrier pigeons flying towards Maranda. Who's gonna be sending all the letters? In a world like this, you can keep an open mind. Well, that's false. I saw the Emperor recently. A painting of him, that is. It's in Owser's house. Owser has mansions. A while ago, a little girl entered the art collector's house. The house to the north belongs to Owser. He's a collector of fine paintings. The other day, I read Owser's diary. It was just lying there. Art that evokes the end of the world is popular now. Owser sought out a highly skilled artist to come and paint for him. So, I think it seems we know what is going on. And that leads us to Owser's house itself. And something is certainly going on here. So, next time on Final Fantasy VI, we're going to be scoping out Owser's house and see if we can find what is wrong with Jidoor. See you guys then.